Hey guys, Friday, February 21st of 2025. Let's see what the Black Widow wants to do today. So far, looking at the closes, we made a high on the 19th. We're kind of chopping around here. So there's a few things that I'm observing. First, using the solar cycle right here, it's a peak around the 18th, 19th. Then it goes down all the way to the 25th. Correction, and then it pops again. So be interesting to see if we can take out 436. I think that was a high today in the overnight around maybe 2:35 a.m. And then we kind of pulled back from there, from that 436 high that we made here, I believe, on the 13th. So that's my first observation. Second, these are other cycles I'm watching. You see this peak right here? This one lands around the 19th or whatever, and then it shoots down. So I don't know if this is going to be a little correction coming in. This is another cycle I'm watching. Same thing. They all peak here, and then it kind of bottoms out on the 28th. So very interesting. Here's another one I'm watching. This one is a little more wide. So it's just like a turning point here, but you could probably go sideways to higher here on the 24th, 25th, and then this was even a bigger correction. The Bradley model also is confirming something here. You can see the 20th, and then it skyrockets. So with the Bradley model, I'm not really too concerned with the direction it's going. I mean, it could be that it just continues grinding higher, but also it could be that there could be a little turning point. This one goes even deeper into March. But either way, there's something hot cooking here in this time, and we really got this nice move. We're on a wave 5, but could potentially continue pushing higher. In the solar cycle, you see that it's already pushed down here. So either way, just be careful here. What you want to do is you want to take out 436 and go straight on a hunt to get to 447 and then continue higher. So these cycles will be void. But if it starts turning lower here, that's not a good thing, especially if you are long. I have my Gann fans, and you can see that we are above the 1x1 from our February 20 low, and also we kissed our anniversary, 1 year anniversary from our low here. We got 1 year into this. And as long as we can stay above, you could say $4 and change, we are above the 1x1. Once we start dipping below the $4, we're on the weaker side. So sure already drilled that into your minds. Let's see, anything else here on the Gann square? There's a vector coming on the 27th, but what's interesting here is that we're already at a vector here, and that's, I believe, timing it from this high. This impulse of here, we're coming into a vector, which is, you can say, that's the 18th, Tuesday. Then the high was the 19th. So could it be that this is going to get a nice flush down? I don't know. Watch price action. Price action is king, but I'm showing you a lot of things that are clusters in regards to the cycles that I watch and the Gann grid for a possible turning point. I'm saying it's not going to turn and, crash or whatever, but I'm just telling you my observation of looking at all the stuff that I look at. Let's go to the charts and see what's cooking there. Okay, so this is my market profile. As you can see, we're having a tough time here. Pierced it a little bit, but that 444 possible resistance right here, anywhere between 444 and 447. We found support all the way down here, but we definitely have an inside candle, and it's a big wide one. all the way from 403 to 448. It's either have to break above, break down, or just continue going sideways to see what it's going to do. But those are the key levels. You also want to watch that 436, which that was the high that we made today around 2:35 a.m. We got our low at 414. So let's see if we are going to push higher. Is this just going to be quiet because it's Friday? There's not that much action. And then we just, go home and ponder, see what happened, what we could plan for next week. But we'll see. Let's look at our simple glance. And so far, you see the linear regression channel now is becoming a buffer where it's just getting a little choppy here. Very overextended, especially from this move from the 31st. You got all this. TD9 didn't work out here. I know on the weekly we have the 13th, which is still in effect. And then the monthly didn't work out. The TD9 monthly didn't work out there. It did push higher. MACDs is still positive. Cloud is positive. But now you can see that we're sideways in linear regression, but with a bullish bias. We go to our geometry chart, you can see that at the 75% on the APF, we have failed at 436, right on the dime. Above the midpoint, which is still positive, trend is up, white candles, so it's still positive. You can knock it down, but getting choppy here. It looks like it's still kind of undecided if it wants to continue pushing higher. FT levels. Never made it to at least 450, but you do have support here at the FT level of 412-ish. And let's see, anything else? I think FibGrid, 75%, 448, midpoint, 436, kind of finding support at the 413. So this is your midpoint here using the FibGrid. Another target, 425, and then there's open space here. So keep an eye on that. Let's go to our midpoint chart. And so far, I added a new indicator because I feel like this one gives me a little bit more of an edge in regards to the DPO. So it's kind of overlapping. But so far, the high of the last month was around 436. We kissed that again. And you can see that there's support of the quadrant at 419. But everything still looks intact. No weakness coming in yet. Although the Stokes are getting a little weak. But where the clue is the 4 hours. You can see that the on the weekly, the bias is to the upside. Path of least resistance is up. So I'm not saying that it's going to turn, but I'm seeing some things on the Gann theory and stuff like that that could be a possible turn. So it's an early indication, but I'm not betting the house on it. I got to see, I got to see a nice flush down to see like, okay, maybe this is what's going to probably play out. I'm still observing because sometimes, you could be wrong. So far here is the 4 hour. This is our high 436. PPS buy signal, but now in chop fest because you don't have a close above the mobile, which is 431, and you got the range of 415. So right here, that's where you got to decide. Am I going to go long in the US session? Is it going to go sideways, or we're going to break down and follow your stuff that you showed early in the clip? That's what you got to wait and see. But right here is going to be chop fest. A good indicator is the dope, what does I call it? The dopo or mobo. The mobos are already negative. So this right now tells me that this was just a dead cat bounce and to be cautious. So if I see a breakdown below 416, I might go short, but it needs to get out of 416. Okay, this is already leading the way, although it's a little strong here, but I like to see this break down also. But that would be my plan to get short, maybe for a target at 402, because you can see that there's support here. And if it's going to push hard, then 390 all the way to last week's high, which is 380. But very choppy. Want to see what's going to happen in the US session. Looking at the hourly. You need to close below 425 if you're a little more riskier. I'm thinking maybe 416, but if you go below, obviously the VWAP 428, 425. You got 423. Then you go short to 414. That's your 25% here. And if it's going to push lower, you got a target of 403. I mean, extreme for today would be 380. And extreme to the high would be 470. Those are your targets, and this is your high. So let's see. Right now, it's on the higher, the upper range. So as long as we hold 425 and then take out 436, then your targets to the upside would be 447, and then obviously 458 to a 469. You can see there's some kind of weakness already coming in. It looks like it's building on a PPS sell signal on the hourly, but it's too early to tell. But this is what I would wait to crack before I would go short and try to, go on the short side. But so far as of right now, it looks like a failed new high if this continues. And if you take out this high, I know there's going to be a lot of bears that are going to pounce. You take out this low of 403, they're going to push it hard. Yep. Mobiles are still positive, but yeah, this is what I just added because I feel like this gives me an early signal earlier than the mobiles, and then this will confirm it second. You see the Stokes already came in right here about 3 a.m. Then 4 a.m. weakness setting in, and then the last one will be the mobiles, which will probably be maybe into the U.S. session. So it's a domino effect of 3. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on nat gas.